Matt S. wants to know what pumps you up before stepping on the field.
What pumps me up? I think it just had to be like, just thinking about the past, and what I've been through and what I've come from, and the situations that I was in, and I was able to overcome them, and to put myself in this situation, and I just want to go out there and be the best player I can possibly be.
Adam in Detroit wants to know, what was your win from within moment of your rookie year?
My win from within moment? I think we had a lot of them, with Tim and, all the great guys that we have on our team. But the win from within moment had to be the Jets game, their last drive. We were up by 4, so they had to go down and score. And we knew that they were going to pass the ball, and it was like the first I think it was like the first snap from the line of scrimmage. I was able to, come underneath and get a sack. That's probably my win from within moment.
Jonathan R. wants to know, what advice do you have for high school athletes?
Just to keep working, and don't ever let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. I was 208 pounds in high school, and I had my mindset on playing defensive end, and everybody was telling me they wanted me to play linebacker, and I just wasn't trying to hear that. And whatever I was gonna go to whatever college that was gonna let me play defensive end, and Texas A&M. They gave me the opportunity, and I went there, and everything else was a wrap.
Bradley F. from Pineville, Kentucky wants to know, did anyone ever tell you that you weren't good enough to go pro?
I don't think anybody ever told me directly Vaughn, you're not good enough to go pro, but it was a lot of people gave me a lot of hints. You hear about the statistics on who goes pro and who doesn't go pro, and how many people don't make it. And I was growing up, I heard that a lot, and I just never thought that applied to me, and I just kept on working, and I'm here in this situation, this blessed situation where I'm in now.
Megan from Omaha wants to know, what's the most vivid memory from your high school football playing days?
Most vivid, it would have to be my junior year. We were playing Garland High School, and Garland was a really good team back then, and it was overtime. It was probably our 4th overtime. It had to be it tied for the most overtimes in high school football back then, and I was able to catch an interception and take it for 15 yards, and we were able to get the ball, run down, and kick a field goal. So that was probably my most vivid high school memory.
Sarah B. from Northwestern wants to know, who was your biggest rival in high school, and what games what do you remember from those particular games?
Duncanville. It was right across the street. We touched in DeSoto. We touched Cedar Hill and Duncanville, and both of those schools were rivals to us. And we played Duncanville one year, and we had to beat them by 8 points. And it was the end of the game, and we happened to be up by 8. We had to beat them by 8 points to go to the playoffs, and we happened to be up by 8 at the end of the game, and I was able to go through and get a sack, and they put them at 3rd and 40. So it was a pretty good rivalry, pretty good way to go out.
Ethan H. from Loveland, Colorado wants to know, did you ever doubt your chance of making it in the NFL?
I think everybody has doubts, but I never stayed in my doubt for too long, and I always kept on going. Everybody has setbacks and adversity. It just depends on how you handle all this stuff.
Shannon H. wants to know, what is your pregame ritual?
My pregame ritual. I have to have a cup of noodles before games, hot. I gotta have it super hot, and I gotta listen to Phil Collins before I go out. It doesn't matter right before I go. It doesn't matter how long before or how soon before I go out. I just have to hear the song. It doesn't matter if I hear it for 10 seconds. I just have to hear the beat in the air tonight. I just gotta hear it.
Michael G. from Tuscaloosa, Alabama wants to know, what was the toughest transition you experienced in your first NFL season?
I think it's just consistency. Everybody in the NFL is good. It's just a matter of how consistent you can be, and I struggle with that this year, and hopefully I can do better, in my sophomore season. But I think it just had to be consistent, being the guy that my team wants me to be, being the guy that the fans want me to be, that that my organization wants me to be, and just consistency. I think everybody struggles with that, and I want to do better with that next year.
Eric S. wants to know, who would you like the Broncos to draft this year?
Being that we really need like inside guys, I think Jared Crick would be a solid fit for the Denver Broncos. Big, strong guy, athletic guy. He can get in, he can change games. I played against him in the Big 12, and I've seen him firsthand, and I think he'd be a solid fit for the Denver Broncos, especially when we get Ty Warren back. Both of those guys inside would be great.
Dylan T. from Lubbock, Texas wants to know, what stadium, college or pro, is the hardest to play in?
Of course I'm biased, but I think Kyle Field and Mile High Stadium are probably the two toughest places to play in the nation. Kyle Field, we got 90,000 fans standing and cheering the whole game, and it gets rocking in there. And Mile High Stadium is actually a mile high, and at that elevation, it's always hard. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe for us, and so we know it's hard to breathe for other teams that's coming from out of town.
Gerald M. in Palm Bay, Florida wants to know, who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Of course I'm a hater, and I've seen too much of the Patriots, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the Giants win it, and but I know Tom Brady, he's not going to have it. He's going to come in with a solid game. I just hope Eli just performs just a little bit better, to put it off for the Giants.
Adam W. in Green Bay wants to know, what was it like serving as the G360 correspondent yesterday at Media Day?
It was great, and I think the biggest part about it was just interviewing guys, and they knew me, and just the love that they gave me back, interviewing me made it a lot easier, talking to all those guys.
Cameron D. wants to know, what do you eat or drink to prepare for a workout?
I always try to eat light, and like I said, cup noodles is always the route for me. I like a Gatorade Prime before, at least 30 minutes before, a G or G2 during, after. And I like to get in a G3 or a shake, protein shake after.
And the last question is, when you were in high school, who were the people that you looked up to? Who were your mentors?
When I was in high school, I come from DeSoto High School, and we put out a lot of top athletes, every year. And the guys that I looked up to were, Michael Thomas. He went to Arizona. He plays for, Jacksonville Jaguars now. And T.J. Bell. He went to Oklahoma State. And all the guys that went to my high school that that were doing well in the collegiate level, I looked up to those guys. I always called them and got advice. And they were always handy for me, I guess, and they always, responded to my phone calls and, answered all the questions that I had about the next level and what it took to get there.
All right, Vaughn, thanks a lot for your time, and I just want to remind everybody to go visit G360 on the Gatorade Facebook page and check out more sights and sounds from Super Bowl 46.